My blood pressure used to scare me more than my credit card bill. It crept up slowly while I was busy ignoring it. One day I looked at the numbers and realized my heart was basically waving a little white flag. So over the course of a few years I made changes, natural ones, and it worked. The first thing I fixed was my diet. I didn't do anything extreme. No giving up entire food groups or eating like I was training for a triathlon. I just shifted toward foods that support heart health. I started eating more fruits and vegetables because they're high in potassium. Potassium helps relax blood vessels, which lowers blood pressure over time. The American Heart Association backs this up with very clear advice to increase potassium through diet when blood pressure is rising. I also added fiber-rich foods like oats and beans. Harvard Health points out that fiber helps reduce both cholesterol and blood pressure. I didn't even need to get creative. A bowl of oatmeal with banana in the morning and a chickpea salad for lunch took care of most of it. And instead of banning fats, I chose better ones. Avocados, olive oil, and a few nuts gave me the healthy fats my body needs without the heart strain. These healthy fats actually improve cholesterol and protect the heart. Once I cut out the greasy fried takeout meals and used olive oil in my cooking, I noticed I wasn't just eating better. I felt lighter and less sluggish. The change didn't feel restrictive, it felt normal. That was a big deal for me. Then came the salt, or more accurately, the problem with salt hiding in everything. I wasn't pouring salt over everything like it was snowing, but I was eating foods packed with it. Canned soups, sauces, processed meats, and even bread are all loaded. The FDA warns that most of the salt we eat doesn't come from a shaker. It comes from hidden sodium in packaged foods. Once I started reading labels, I was shocked. I started cooking more from scratch and used spices and herbs instead of salt. After about a week, my taste buds adjusted and I didn't miss it. The American Heart Association says cutting back by just 1,000 milligrams of salt a day can improve your blood pressure and heart health. Magnesium was something I'd never thought about before. Like many people, I realized I wasn't getting enough magnesium, and magnesium deficiency is linked to high blood pressure. I read that magnesium helps relax blood vessels and regulate blood pressure. So I added foods like almonds, spinach, and whole grains to my meals. I also started taking magnesium supplements alongside my omega-3 and vitamin D supplements to stay healthy and lower my blood pressure. I've linked the website that I use to get all of my high-quality supplements in the description below, so check that out if you want to make sure your body is getting the vitamins and minerals that it needs to stay healthy. I also looked at alcohol. I thought I wasn't drinking much in the first place, but even having a few drinks a week regularly can affect blood pressure. The CDC explains that alcohol raises your blood pressure in the long run and can even make medications less effective. I swapped my wine for sparkling water with lime. It felt weird at first, but the better sleep and clearer head were worth it. And yes, I started saving money too, which my bank account was happy about. Exercise used to be something I thought belonged to fitness influencers and people who like kale smoothies. Turns out, you don't need to be an athlete to help your heart. I started walking. Nothing more than that. Just a brisk walk every day for about 30 minutes. Some days I swapped it for cycling when I felt like changing it up. Aerobic exercise like walking helps strengthen the heart and lowers blood pressure. Studies show that regular aerobic activity actually improves how efficiently your heart pumps blood. Another thing I changed was how long I sat each day. I used to sit at my desk for hours. Then I started standing up once an hour and walking for 5 minutes. Long sitting sessions are linked to hypertension and other heart risks. I didn't buy a fancy treadmill desk. I just got up and walked around. It made a difference. My energy stayed steadier through the day, and I wasn't stiff or sore by evening. Weight loss also played a role. I didn't go on a crash diet, but by eating better and moving more, I slowly lost about 10% of my body weight. This level of weight loss can significantly lower blood pressure. It wasn't dramatic, but it was steady, and that made it sustainable. Now let's talk about stress. Stress and I had a long-term relationship, but it wasn't a healthy one. Chronic stress triggers a hormone called cortisol, which tightens blood vessels and pushes your blood pressure up. The American Psychological Association confirms that this ongoing stress response damages heart health over time. I used to power through stress like it made me stronger. It didn't. It made me tired and cranky. I started taking just 15 minutes a day to sit quietly and breathe. Not in a pretentious yoga way, just quiet breathing and trying not to think about email. Johns Hopkins found that simple mindfulness practice can lower blood pressure for people dealing with hypertension. The results didn't come instantly, but I noticed I was reacting less to things that used to wind me up, and my blood pressure followed. Sleep was another sneaky factor. I used to stay up late and drag myself through the day with caffeine. But studies show that poor sleep increases the risk of high blood pressure. Less than 6 hours of sleep regularly can do real damage. Once I set a consistent bedtime and gave myself 7 to 8 hours a night, I woke up feeling less tired, and my morning blood pressure readings looked better. Sleep might seem like a luxury, but it's more like basic maintenance for your body. Now the big one, smoking. I used to light up when I felt stressed or wanted a break, but the trade-off was definitely not worth it. Smoking damages your blood vessels and makes your heart work harder. The CDC links it directly to heart disease and high blood pressure. Health organizations like Bupa say that your blood pressure starts dropping just 20 minutes after quitting. That's not encouragement. That's biology. I used nicotine patches and reached out for support. Quitting was awful for about 10 days. Then it got easier. My energy improved, my breathing improved, and my numbers improved. One of the smartest things I did was actually get my blood pressure checked regularly. It sounds obvious, but I used to think checkups were for when something felt wrong. Blood pressure doesn't always come with symptoms. Many people walk around with high blood pressure for years without realizing. The American Heart Association recommends checking your blood pressure at least once every year. Getting regular readings gave me a clear picture of progress and helped me spot trends. It was a way to take control instead of guessing and hoping for the best. I kept all these changes flexible. If one day I didn't walk for 30 minutes, I still moved a little. If one meal had more sodium, I made sure the next didn't. That mindset helped me stick with it and avoid the burnout I used to get from strict rules. The truth is, lowering my blood pressure didn't come from doing one big thing. It came from a lot of small choices that worked together. Looking back, I don't just see lower numbers. I see more energy, better sleep, and more confidence in my health. That's worth every step. What are some things that you already do to help lower your blood pressure? And what changes are you thinking of making to become healthier? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe while you're there.